Hi students, how are you doing? Today we're moving on to an important topic in statistics known as column graphs. Many of us have seen column graphs in the newspaper or on the internet. So this is an important topic because in the future, when you move on to higher level of learning, you will definitely need to make use of column graphs in your reports. So do pay attention to the concepts that I'm going to teach you. Okay, so I have created this information from the exercise book. So I say your student book on page 37. So unfortunately, I was not able to put the three bars together like what you see on page 37. So anyway, the information represented is still the same. Um, so you have this group of people who actually voted on the times that uh, a mobile gym that could come to the community area. So this group of 18 years old actually gave their preference in terms of morning, afternoon, and evening. And this group belongs to the 36 to 59, and this group belongs to the age 60 and above people. So I'll go through a few questions because the rest of them I'll require you to read and analyze the graphs. It's important for you to be able to capture the required information from the graphs. Okay, so this is suggest reason why the morning was preferred by the 18 to 35 years old. So a few reasons possibly. So some of them might be busy doing household chores in the morning and also in the evening. So some of these people are busy in doing household chores in afternoon and evening. So maybe that's the reason why morning is the best time for them to bring the children out to the gym, or maybe even themselves visiting the gym. Or some of them might be working in the afternoon and in the evening. So that's the reason why they do not prefer to have the option of going to the gym in the evening or afternoon. Okay. For question H, they ask for suggest reason why the afternoon was preferred by those who are over 60. This is a real life question. If you have you have your grandparents living with you or older relatives with you, you can understand that some of the 60 years old have a lot of commitment in the morning, meeting friends, attending social clubs. Some of them even wake up very late. Okay, so that's why morning is never a good option for the older people, and some of them actually sleep very early. So by 8 o'clock they are asleep. So by having going to the gym, let's say at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, that would mean their dinner time would be delayed, and sleeping time will be affected. So therefore, afternoon is always a better option for the older generation. So this is the key thing. When you read a set of data, there must be a reason why we create that set of data. So this set of data is more for kids gym because they want to come to visit the town. And bear in mind, for kids gym, what they want is to have as many people to visit the gym so that they can get the best profit, isn't it? So they want to have as many people visiting the gym as possible. So you got to look at the time slot, whether it's a morning, afternoon, or evening, with the most people attending the gym if our kids gym visits the local area. So by looking at the time slot in the morning, there are 60 people. Okay, you add up all the blue bars. There are 60 people who chose morning. If you calculate the afternoon session, which is the green bar, they're actually 35, and then you have this uh, there's this light brown color. If you add them out, you have 15 plus 15 plus 5. There are also 35 people who chose evening. So being a profit-driven company, you definitely want to come during the time whereby most people can visit the gym. That will be morning. Agree? Okay, moving on to the next column graph question today. Okay, it's on page 85. It's interesting column graph information. Okay, whenever you're solving column graph question, it's important for you to read and understand what is required for each question. Never assume. Okay, if you're not sure, always read the question again. If need be, look at the graph carefully. Okay, this set of graph shows you the temperature of different cities, but not only temperature, you're given the maximum as well as the minimum temperature of each of the city. So depending on what is required by the question, then you have to answer accordingly. So the first question is, say, which city has the highest maximum temperature? So we are looking at the maximum temperature. Which city has the highest maximum temperature? By a look at it, seems like Bangkok has the highest maximum temperature. Which city has the lowest minimum? So we are looking at the minimum temperature. Which one is lowest? So this one. Oh, seems like Beijing has the lowest temperature, right? Lowest minimum temperature, Beijing. Then they say, how many degrees hotter is Bangkok than Athens? So you're going to look at the maximum temperature, isn't it? So Bangkok has a temperature of 32, 34 degrees because each square is 2 degrees. How do I know it's 2 degrees? By looking at this, it says 28 to 32. There are 2 squares, so each square is 2 degrees. So this 28, 30, and 32. Makes sense? So another square, so this must be 34. So Bangkok hottest is 34 degrees, and Athens is actually 28, 30. So it's 30 degrees. So the difference between 30 and 34 degrees is 4 degrees Celsius, isn't it? Then they say, which city has the greatest difference in the minimum and maximum temperature? Then you need to find the difference. So which city has the greatest difference between the maximum and the minimum temperature? So you have to do a calculation. You can see that, okay, let's look at Sydney. Sydney has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 degrees difference. Look at Darwin. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 degrees because it's half the square, so it's 13 degrees. So Darwin is a winner so far. So do we have any other cities to challenge Darwin? No, I think Darwin has the greatest difference in between the minimum and maximum temperature. So Darwin is the winner. And then they say, what is the difference between the minimum and maximum temperatures of Sydney? So you're going to find the maximum temperature of Sydney is 26 degrees and the minimum temperature of Sydney is 14 degrees. So 26 minus 14 is, yes, you got it right, 12 degrees Celsius. Okay, then what about this? Oh, average maximum temperature. Average, you also remember the concept of average? That's right. Whenever you need to find the average, you need to find the total. So for this case, we are interested to find the total temperature, maximum temperature of Melbourne, Sydney, and Darwin. So Melbourne maximum is 20, Sydney is 26, Darwin is 32. So you got to add up all these three figures, divide by 3 to get the average temperature. Got it? Oh, next one, even more challenging. They say, which minimum temperatures appears most often? In statistics, this is called the mode. We want to find the mode, which one appears the most often. Okay, minimum temperature. So minimum temperature, okay, you have 14 here, 14 here. So 14 is very common. Oh, you have another 14 here. So it seems like 14 degrees is the most common, isn't it? The rest do not have that many common minimum temperature. So in other words, 14 degrees Celsius is the most often happen between all the minimum temperature. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. Okay, so please continue to complete the exercises stated on my Ed Online. Okay, talk to you very soon. Bye bye.